Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy Pixar Cars Fan 52 back with yet another one of them usual diecast toy reviews. Well, not diecast, I guess I can review other stuff that's not diecast. Well, anyways, back with another toy review where today I'll be reviewing the Thomas and Friends 2025 Metal Collection James. So let's get straight into it. Anyways, first off, a little history with this item. This was released last year in 2025 to coincide with the 80th anniversary of the Railway series, just like with the Metal Collection Thomas I reviewed some time ago. And yeah, it's got the usual push along or Metal Collection blue background that they've used before they did the 2026 reboot toys. Now they have a new background for those. Got James's artwork, the iconic CGI James artwork that we've seen since 2009. I'm pretty sure that was when this was rendered. So look at the back. Back obviously doesn't really have anything. Has just created by Britt Allcroft. That's what started the original TV show. Other James names in different languages, which some of them are pretty weird. Jaska, Cuba. Don't tell me James has been to Cuba. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't. But I know another. But there is a character from the show that is from Cuba, and you would know him if you're a fan of Thomas. That is Victor. Yep, introduced in Hero of the Rails. Made in Thailand. Yep. I'm not sure if they still make Thomas toys in Thailand. I know they're moving the production of Pixar Cars toys to China. I've stated that a few times now. Got the Mattel logo down here, empowering generations through play. Because it is mainly a toy company after all, but they do manage some shows. The Hit Entertainment logo, wait, yeah, Hit Entertainment logo down there. When they brought the Gullane Entertainment in 2003, and then fully produced Thomas and Friends from 2004 to 2012, maybe. I mean, I know it did, like in the Great Race, it said Hit Entertainment Presents at the beginning, so I guess you could say maybe 2016 was when they last fully produced Thomas. Anyways, I think that's all for the package. Creeper Brittlecroft. Reminds me of golf. I'll be back with this boy, this almost perfect boy, all opened up. Alright, here is James, all out of the package, looking, well, as you would always call him with his paintwork, splendid. Red is my favorite color, but I'm not sure if he would be my favorite character, though. That's hard to decide. I'm going to have to decide at some point. Anyways, get into this. First off the bat, let's look at the front. The front is well made. It's got the correct wheel configuration here, except for the tender. And surprisingly, James has gold side rods for some reason. I'm not sure why they did that. Maybe it was for the anniversary, just to represent gold. I don't know. And he's got his brass dome, which is made of plastic. Iconic features on him here. He is looking pretty well proportioned, too. His face is never looked better. Yeah. This is a nice face. Got his golden stripes on his red boiler with black stripes on his wheel arches. He's got grey wheels, and even though he has black wheels in the show, but in some scenes he's portrayed with grey wheels, like in the Thomas Story Library books. Those were nostalgic. I still have many of mine with me. The cab is kind of sculpted out a little, or not much to say about it. His cap is plastic for some reason. He's got a whistle. It's not a separate piece. I can understand why though. Anyways, look at the tender. Now, so this James reuses the All Engines Go James tender from the All Engines Go Jameses. So this is also not perfect. I mean, it's great. No, none of the Metal Collection engines are perfect. I mean, I know I can say that for a fact. His tender is pretty heavy. The bottom has metal on it. Made in Thailand, just like on the box, how it said there. He's got painted buffers on both ends. The coal, casual details, you gotta add on to it. Now, I know, this is one of the better die-cast Jameses we've gotten in many years. I mean, all the other ones from like 2014 to 2020, 2021 sucked. I mean, I'm talking about the original show. I ain't gonna talk about All Engines Go. Blech, never talking about that slop. Anyways, I guess currently I could give a history of die-cast Jameses through the years, so let's get into it. Also, I should point out that the running board isn't white. You probably already noticed that, but anyways, let's get into the history. Our first die-cast James dates all the way back to 1986 with the James made by the Erdl Company, which the Erdl toys from Thomas were made from 1984 to 2004, lasted for 20 years, and Erdl still exists making vehicle toys right now. I mean, Erdl made a toy for practically anything from the show that appeared on screen. Moving on to next. By the way, that looks cool. The next die-cast James we got would be in 2002 with the Take-Along James, one of the best Thomas toy lines made. Might be my favorite toy line. And honestly, what I like about Take-Along is that they make these engines so well proportioned. I mean, they're just perfect. Our next die-cast James goes on to a similar but different die-cast line called Take and Play, where this was now a CGI version of James with a different looking wheels. They were slightly different. I mean, the paint details on here weren't the best, but they were still pretty well proportioned. And this was the last good die-cast James we got for a while. We got before 2014. Because in 2014, we got this James. Yes, the horrible Take and Play 2014, 2016 items that had completely squashed details. They had only 2 wheels on the tenders, and they only had 3 wheels on practically every tender engine. James only had 3 wheels, and the worst part, that fat magnet. Blech, get that out of my sight. And the dome is, oh my god. Ew. I'm starting to not trust life. I mean, I didn't mind these when I was little, because I was only little. But now that I'm older, I see how bad they are. In 2017, we got a similar but yet different looking James. Now, this James reused its 2014 to 2016 Take and Play model with the squashed and horrible details. But except now they had different couplings, which were these little connector ones, which they were cool, but on a pretty bad model. And then, next, we got this James. Yes. I mean, it's not too bad. Oh, but the tender is terrible. I mean, it had this weird wheel configuration, and yeah, it had those details from like the dome and right there. Yeah. Another terrible one. Push Along is pretty controversial line, honestly. I mean, this is what Edward looked like. Blech. And then in 2025 we got this unique looking James, which is great but not perfect. Yeah. Now I just got to review Henry, which I also got recently, and I just got to get Percy too. That's if I can. Anyways, I think that is it for this video. So, hope you all enjoyed this review. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. And if you're new to this channel and haven't subscribed yet, as always, please subscribe. I want to get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, so please impress me. Anyways, it's your boy, PixarCarsFan52, out.